Mary, meet Virgo, Virgo sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all you Virgos starting today, the 19th of March, 2024. I'm reading today with the Keymaster Tarot. Love this deck. And I've already purified with this Hungary water. You can find a link to the directions on how to make your own bottle of Hungary water, plus where to purchase this deck by following the links in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel. We are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube is the lovely Honeypaw. Moderating on Twitch is the lovely Deline. Thank you so much, Honeypaw. Thank you so much, Deline. And thank you, Virgos and friends of Virgos, for joining us. You know, if you're watching us on a restream on YouTube, you don't feel like watching me shuffle these gorgeous cards. You can use the timestamps in the video description to fast forward to the reading. But boy, do these cards shuffle nicely. And I know I've already talked about that in the general reading, but ooh, it's a nice experience. It's worth it. This deck is worth it just for the shuffling. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're watching on Twitch, please make sure you follow us on Twitch. You can watch on Twitch without ads when you subscribe to us there. We do have a shop, and that's at arielscornershop.com. arielscornershop.com. Right now, that's a bunch of affiliate links, which means we make a small commission off of each and every sale. But we are upgrading our shop, and we will have a soft launch for that new shop sometime in April. So keep your ears and eyes open and stay tuned. If you'd like to give us a donation, you can do that by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga. paypal.me/arielgatoga. If you're on YouTube, you could also use a super sticker, super chat, or super thanks if you feel like giving a donation right on the platform. This reading does go out to a lot of Virgos, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you personally, you can just disregard the reading because it's probably not meant for you. Don't try to force things, of course. If that's the case, check out the zodiacal readings for your other signs. Remember that we have a general reading for all signs every day except for Monday, and we have a weekly pick a card reading that just came out on Sunday for this week. You can find the most recent readings right on the website arielscorner.com. arielscorner.com. Just click on the free online tarot readings link in the main menu. All right, Virgo, this is pretty shuffled, so I'm going to do one more shuffle and give this deck a nice clean cut, and we'll see what's in the cards for you gorgeous Virgos today. For this next 2 weeks, I should say. Okay, come on. All right, whoa. Hello, we've got a 6 of Swords. I love a good 6 of Swords. Page of Cups, and a 7 of Wands or Clubs. Isn't that nice? What a nice reading for you to start out with, this nice base reading. So something that wasn't going well for you turned around recently. And the repercussions of that good turnaround have just begun. So you can expect that to radiate over this next couple of weeks. You deserved it. And I think a lot of what happened for many of you is that you took your hands off of it. You said, I can't deal with this. And you called on whatever higher power makes sense to you, whatever that means to you. And you said, you deal with it. And then the higher power said, well, good, okay. Since you asked, I will. And now it's all getting taken care of. And now you've got this good news card here. So remind yourself that it's to your benefit to spend some quiet time every day over this next couple of weeks, especially in silence, even just a few moments. It doesn't have to be, any kind of meditational marathon or anything like that. But just to receive the good news, because a lot of this good news comes in silence without words or even pictures. It's like a download of news, of good news. And the good news is something that is what I call occult, meaning that it's so hidden that it's beyond words. It's beyond what I can tell you. You're going to have to get it yourself. And you are, like I said, you're smart if you spend some time in silence, just listening with your inner ear to that. The 7 of Wands is saying a direct result of all of that spiritual goodness that you've been dealing with and that what you're going to be dealing with is resulting in some very practical upgrades, especially in some work, career, creative project, something like that, or more than one thing. So your work in the world, or how you express yourself in the world, is ready for an upgrade. So for some of you, I mean, everybody's going to be so different. I can't say one thing or the other, but for some of you, it might be a promotion at work, or a new job, or a new aspect to your business, or whatever it is, a new painting, or a new song, or whatever it is that's important self-expression, work, career, job. Very, very profound and important upgrade. And this, like I said, is a direct result of the spiritual work that you're doing. So it has very practical implications, this spiritual work. All right. Now, for some of you, you may not call it spiritual work. For some of you, you may not like get into the idea of, quote, higher power or spirit or any of that. You don't like those words. That's okay. It's still happening for you. It's just you call it whatever you call it. That's fine. Ooh, you've just had an upgrade in money, it says. We'll talk about that in a minute. Queen of Wands. Woo. And then the Pope card. Okay. So this upgrade it could be money, it could be health too. Something good has happened, or well, it says something good has happened. That's a direct result of you letting that higher power deal with whatever the problem was. Some wonderful good, another kind of upgrade. But this one, like I said, was either financial or health, or some kind of asset was either freed up or turned into something better than what it was. Now, what's important is that whatever this upgrade that you're searching for in your work, your career, your creativity, that you nurture it. And you're going to know how to nurture it because you're giving yourself that time every day to be with that good news, to be in that silence. That brings you inspiration. That you'll just know what to do. You'll just know what to do. If you're a songwriter, the song will just start happening. If you're in business, the idea for the business will just happen. If you're looking for a job or looking for a promotion, you'll know exactly what to do to get that, because you're nurturing whatever that self-expression, that creativity is. And that's a direct result of you sitting in that silence, you sitting and being inspired and just letting yourself be. Just really letting yourself be. Now, it's important that you go through all of this, because what you're coming up against, and I'm not making predictions. I never do that. I don't like predictions. I think that it's kind of silly because nobody knows what the future will bring. I don't care how psychic you think you are. But we can look at the direction you're headed and make an educated guess, that if you keep walking east, you'll get to an easterly destination soon. But nobody knows what's going to happen. You might change your mind. You might turn around. You might sit down. You might stop walking. I mean, you never know what could happen. But based on where you're headed, I can see that you're going to be confronting something that maybe you've been avoiding in regards to your feeling of being powerless. So this is going to be some sort of authority figure. So you're going to have a confrontation. Not a negative confrontation either. It looks like it's going to work out really well. But you're going to finally conquer whatever that resistance or that fear is about going face to face with that boss, or with that manager, or with that record executive, or whatever it is that you're going to, that whatever that authority figure that you might have been feeling has been a little bit too much for you. You're going to have that interaction, and it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. It's going to be good on a couple of levels. On one level, it's good just because something good's coming out of it. But on another level, it's good because you're no longer avoiding whatever that was. You're no longer perceiving yourself as powerless. It's no longer this David and Goliath thing where you're like at odds with whatever this authority figure is. You're actually moving beyond those fears altogether. So there is a meditation on this. If you have time for meditation this week and you feel so inclined, it's called Overcoming Feelings of Powerlessness. And that's the meditation on the Pope card or the Hierophant from the Marseille Tarot. So you can go to the video description of this or any of my other tarot videos and click on the tarot meditations link, and you'll find it there. And you may want to listen to that because it's got some stuff in there that might help you to optimize this. But boy, Virgo, I mean, look at you. There's really not a negative thing to say. It's been a good journey so far. You know, I know that there were problems, but look at what you did. Look at what you did with those problems. Look at how you parlayed those into something great. And you did that by recognizing that you can't necessarily do it all yourself, which, you know, for a Virgo sometimes feels a little insulting. What do you mean I can't do it all myself? I do everything myself. But you recognize that no, it's not about you being able to do everything yourself. It's about you being able to let in that divine design, to kind of restructure your approach to things so that there is a higher power that can do the things for you that you can't do for yourself. Very much like the sun does things for us that we'll never be able to do for ourselves. A lot of times when people say, "Oh, you don't look to anything other than yourself because you have everything, you." Well, within you, I agree with you. You are connected within you. There is the power that can do everything, but you can't make photosynthesis. You can't create oxygen. You can't create plants. You can't create flowers. You can't create solar systems. Don't kid yourself that you are dependent on things. You are dependent on the sun. You are dependent on the earth. You're dependent on powers that are greater than the you that you think you are. And you knowing that is such a good thing, because then you can look to those powers, because what's, I think, interesting for many of us, and definitely for you, is that those powers want you to succeed, that want you to have things resolve. And so when you allowed yourself, on whatever level this was recently, to let a higher power do for you that which you couldn't do for yourself, it got resolved like that, it seems, at least for many of you. And now you're in this great place. So you're going to keep that up. You're going to keep that up and recognize that some of those things that maybe you felt powerless in the wrong way, because you want to feel powerless in the face of that higher power, but you don't want to feel powerless in the face of other people. And so now you're going to be conquering that. And it's going to be a good thing, according to this reading, that you're not only going to conquer that fear of powerlessness, but whatever you were afraid was an authority figure or whatever before, is actually going to become something that is an ally for you, that really helps you in wonderful ways for most of you, for many of you, in regards to career, work, creativity, all that sort of stuff. So you're on a very wonderful path. So even though I'm not going to predict your future, if you stay on this path, I think you're going to be very happy, because you're headed for some good stuff. All right, thank you so much. You're doing great, Virgo. Wonderful, beautiful, lovely reading. And thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Honey Paw and Deline. And we'll see you in 2 weeks, Virgo. Much love and many, many blessings.